Hi, Steve Hackney here, author and creator of the Business Growth System. What we're talking about is the 12 essentials of marketing your business. And we're up to number 10 now, which is called Moments of Truth. Now, Moments of Truth is a phrase coined by a guy called Jan Carlson, who worked for Scandinavian Airlines in the early 1980s. And he was brought in as CEO when the company was really failing. They were losing literally thousands and thousands of customers every single week. So like any good CEO, what he did was he obviously knew that they were losing customers. So what he did was he went to the business and he pretended to be a customer. And what he found was that all the points of contact that the airline was having with their customers, what it was doing was annoying people. It was turning them off. So the check-in was laborious and time-consuming. The staff were impolite. The baggage handling, they saw the baggage handlers throwing the luggage, taking no care whatsoever. Basically, every single interaction that was happening between Scandinavian Airlines and their customers was appalling. And he knew immediately why they were losing customers, because they just really didn't care about their customers. So what he did was he went back to the business, he got all the heads of department together, and he said to them, right, what I want you to do, I want you to all go back into your departments, and on this big sheet of paper, I want you to write down in chronological order all the points of contact that you have with our customers. And a point of contact can be a letter, a phone call, a meeting, whatever it is, whatever interaction that occurs, that is a point of contact. So they all went away, came back, and he said, great. Now what I want you to do is take each point of contact, isolate it, and create a mini system around that. So once we've had that interaction with the customer thinks, wow, that was a great experience. So they all went away, they put in all these mini little systems for each point of contact. They implemented the system, and to cut a long story short, it transformed the airline literally overnight. And Moments of Truth is such a powerful strategy that it's remarkable that businesses don't use it. I speak across the world. I talk a lot about Moments of Truth, and when I ask for a show of hands of who's heard of it or who's using it in their business, very, very few people do it. You know yourself, how many times have you interacted with a business where you've thought, wow, that was amazing? I bet you can count on one hand how many instances you've had where you've thought, wow, that was a great experience. So the beauty is not many people do this stuff, but it's really easy to create positive moments of truth. Let me give you a very quick example, and it concerns a hotel. And I was speaking down in London near Heathrow Airport, and I was staying at the Radisson Edwardian Hotel, and it was the first time I'd been there. And I remember walking up to check in. The guy in reception looked up and said, "Oh, can I help you, sir?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm here to check in." He said, "Can I take your name?" So I give him my name, and he typed it into the computer, and he looked up and he said, "Mr. Hackney, I believe this is the first time you've stayed at the Radisson Edwardian." Now, that's quite impressive. Very easy to do. They know I've never been there, but he actually made a point of saying to me, "Look, Mr. Hackney, we recognise this is the first time you've been to our hotel." So that was impressive. The second thing he said was, "Mr. Hackney, because this is your first time at the Radisson Edwardian, would you mind if we upgraded you to a deluxe suite?" Now, of course, that was fantastic, and I said, "Yeah, of course." What a great moment of truth. Straight away, they elevated my status. They put me into a beautiful suite. Without me having to do anything. They recognised it was my first time at the Radisson Edwardian, and they upgraded me. I then walked into the room, and I walked straight into the room, and on the left-hand side was a large round table. And on that large round table was a large white plate. And on that large white plate was a piece of chocolate cake. Now, the hotel didn't know that I love chocolate cake, but what was really interesting about it, they'd written in chocolate sauce around that piece of cake, "Welcome, Mr. Hackney." And then next to that big white plate was a book. And out of the book was a compliment slip. And the book was 100 favourite recipes of the top chefs in the UK. And this compliment slip said, "Dear Mr. Hackney, please accept this book with our compliments. You'll find our restaurant featured on page 56. And it was signed by the manager of the hotel. Now, they gave me a gift that I wasn't expecting. They also featured their restaurant in the actual book, which basically meant, where else am I going to eat? They forced me ethically to make sure that I eat in their restaurant. And then you think about it, how do most hotels treat you when you go there? The most they ever do is on the TV screen they'll put "Welcome, Mr. Hackney." The Radisson Edwardian went another level up. They made me feel really welcome, and I've told this story all over the world, and many people say that actually the Radisson Edwardian do that frequently. So they've really understood moments of truth. They've implemented a system, and it works a treat. Now, whenever I go back to London, particularly around Heathrow, where do I stay? That's right, I always stay in the Radisson Heathrow Hotel because it's such a great place. They've kept my business because they apply moments of truth across their hotel, and it's a fantastic strategy. So all you've got to do is think about, right, okay, on all my points of contact with my customers, what I want to do is I want to create a wow experience. How most people do it is the experience is a poor experience, so the satisfaction of customers reduces. So you want to make sure that above this dotted line here, every experience a customer has with you is above that line. Clearly you can't create a wow moment at every single point of contact, but you can make sure that it's always above this harmony line here. Moments of Truth is fantastic. I urge you to think very carefully about every single point of contact you have with your customers and your prospective customers and apply moments of truth to it. That's it for this part. I'll see you again for part 11.